for the city. And he was standing in that water level. Like you said, it was up high. I mean, almost to the top, and it had been over the top. So it's so strange, the imbalance of things. But yeah, I do pray for y'all.
Next time I'll tell you about the flooding in Mvskoke, where my sister lived. I have family there in Mvskoke, Oklahoma.
Oh, wow.
And so that flooding that happened there, and I was telling her then, you know, I wish you could send us the water.
Right.
Oh, it just flooded Mvskoke like nobody's business. And so anyway, I think they're ready to start.
Oh, okay. I'll behave. Or try, you know me.
And you.
Thank you so much. It's a joy to talk to you.
Judy Montiel, Jahojifkados. That was Philip Harjo going by. You know, we don't have a word for good morning. Mahaya Becky teaches us that, did you make it through the night okay? And so it's good to have those of you that are signed in today, taking time out of your busy schedule to come and see what we can offer up today. Again, my name is Judy Montiel. I've been in the program for about 10 years now. And so working on the end of the teaching side is something that I've never done, but I've sat in numerous classes from Mahaya Becky and have enjoyed her teaching. But I also have with me today Jordan Squire. She's our project specialist. She wants to assist in providing some different exercises in the Mvskoke language. And so, you know, I just want to commend those of you that have taken time out to help preserve this language, to learn this language, and to be a part of these sessions. You know, it speaks volumes for what you all are doing. So if you would just bear with us, and as we go through some of these exercises that we've got planned for you, the main objective, we just want to have fun today. You know, it's Friday and we have a lot of things to be grateful for. I heard some of the conversation that there's someone that resides in Florida. So it's great to see that, you know, that you're here, that you're doing okay. And so it's been a pleasure to try to work some things together. Jordan and I have worked a couple of days trying to put some things together, and we want it to be fun. And again, I'm not a fluent speaker. Mahaya Becky has went through a series of sessions with me, being in the class, you know, to learn the sounds in a few short phrases. So we want to share those with you today. But at this time, I want to turn the time over to Jordan Squire and to give her a little bit of time to give you some of her background.
Okay. I'm Jordan. I am the project specialist with the program. I recognize a lot of you from previous classes. I started with the program in January of 2020, so it's almost 3 years now. Some little information about me is I grew up in the Bristol area. My mom, she's a fluent speaker. My aunts and uncles, I have a lot of cousins. So I basically grew up hearing the language. It's like everywhere we went, it was always spoken. I know when I learned how to count, and I learned my animals in Mvskoke before I learned them in English. And I guess for me, it never felt like we would be at a point where we're talking about losing a lot of speakers, especially when I heard it my whole life. I attended the College of Mvskoke Nation here in Milwaukee. I got an associate's in Native American Studies as well as the certificate in the Mvskoke language. I finished that in December of 2019, and then a month later, I was working here. And during my time here, I've been able to assist the Mahayas. I used to go with them to the Head Starts, and we would teach the tiny humans there. And then I used to substitute for them when when we first started these Zoom classes. I would substitute for them. So I kind of, I understand, just the basics. I'm not a fluent speaker. But my one thing that I do continue to do now is I assist Mahaya Becky with any like technical issues that she has. I put the recordings on YouTube for you guys, and I try to make it as easy as possible for you guys to attend these classes, get the lessons. So I hope, I hope that I do help you guys in a way. But if there's any like ever anything that you guys need that you think could make it simpler, just let me know, because I do want to make getting these classes, the lessons, I do want to make it as easy as possible for you.
Okay, so with that, we'd like to start off by going over these 2-letter sounds, and after the end of that, I'd like to have some of the participants use some of these words to make a Mvskoke word, use these sounds to make a word. So we'll be asking for some participation. So if you all would, if you want to leave your mics off or on, whatever your preference is, I'm going to try to go through these sounds. And if I mispronounce any of them, please feel free to jump in and say, hey, I think it's this way. So we'll start off with Ja, Ji, J, Jo, Ju, Ja, Ba, Bi, Bei, Bo, Bu, Ba, Ga, Gi, Ge, Go, Gu, Ga, Ha, He, He, Ho, Hu, Ha, La, Li, Lei, Lo, Lu, La, Ma, Mi, Me, Mo, Mu, Ma, Na, Ni, Ne, No, Nu, Na, Ba, Bi, Bei, Bo, Bu, Ba. Ooh, this is where it gets hard. Sa, Di, De, Do, Du, Da. Sa, Si, Se, So, Su, Sa. Da, Di, De, Do, Du, Da. Wa, We, We, Wo, Wu, Wa. Ya, Yi, Ye, Yo, You, Ya. Okay, so does anyone, before we go and try to make words out of these 2-letter sounds, is there anybody that wants to say at least a couple of lines of those Mvskoke sounds?
This is Ella.
Okay.
What if I do Ja, Fi, Gi?
Let's see. Is there anyone else? It'd be good if we would practice the sounds, because we're getting ready to ask you to make some words out of these 2-letter sounds.
I'll try the fa.
Okay, go right ahead.
Fa. Excuse me. Fa, fi, be, go, bu, the.
All right, you tackled the hardest one for me. That's good. Good job. All right.
I'll do one.
Okay.
Ka, ga, gi, ge, go, gu, ga.
All right, that is wonderful. So apparently Becky has really went over some of these Mvskoke sounds with you all, because y'all are getting right on the money. That is wonderful. Does anybody else want to take a stab at it?
The next one is ha, he, he, ho, hu, ha.
All right. Becky's going to be so proud of y'all, because she's going to get to look at this recording afterwards. So she's going to be proud of you guys for making this effort. Anybody else?
I can do one.
All right, is that Chumba? Oh, that ain't him. Who is that? Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I know that Mvskoke's here as well. He's observing in the background, so I thought that was one of his associates. So, but go right ahead, Paul.
Okay. La, li, lay, lo, lu, la.
All right. That is good. Very good. Very good. Anybody else?
Judy, I thought you were asking us to make a word. I misunderstood you. So let
Well,
me.
that's okay. That's fine, Ella. We're gonna get to that exercise here in a second, but yeah, you jumped right in and you made those words. That's okay too. That's fine.
Okay, what about ma, me, mo, mu, wa, ma?
Yes, yes, very good. Very good. Anybody else? Anita, are you on? And let's see.
Are we each taking a line? I just
Yeah, we
joined in.
could. However you want to do it, that's fine. Whatever you
Oh.
feel comfortable with.
Are we on the knee, on the end?
Well, we're not in any specific place, so you pick a line that you'd like to say.
Okay, I'll do the T. I have trouble with the T. Is it like D or three?
The
T.
R.
The T. No, yeah, it is the R. See, I'm already getting mixed up. Okay. Thaw, slay, thaw, thee, slay, throw, through, fla.
Yeah, yeah. You
That's a
know,
little rough.
at this point, I'd like to ask Mvskoke, because on our alphabet banner, it is with there has an
Like
L in
L.
that, but
Yeah,
yeah. So is that?
but we're
'Cause I-
learning it with a TH, I think.
Right, and that's how I pronounced it through that is
Mhm. Yeah.
I guess I can explain a little bit. That R sound, it does have a THL sound, like you would hear an athlete, the English word athlete. But oftentimes, like my family doesn't really pronounce the L. It's more of a T sound, like a T, like TH.
Okay.
So either one is correct. It just depends on which one you want to use, I guess.
Okay. Mado.
Judy,
Okay.
tell Mvskoke, tell him Ella said hello. I
Ella
met
said-
him last
Someone outside.
summer. Just don't stand up.
I am at home, maybe.
Give a deed da.
Okay, is there anyone else that wants to go through and practice some of these sounds? If not, we'll try to do a little exercise of putting some of the sounds together to make a word. I don't want to deny anyone a chance of trying to attempt to say these sounds. Okay, Jordan, it's all yours.
Okay. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to make words out of these 2-letter sounds. So starting off, does anybody want to try? Because if not, then we'll start calling people.
I will. I'll try.
Okay,
Coffee, coffee. And
and how would you use that? How would you spell that, Miss Ella?
it's Amy. It's
Oh,
okay.
oh.
It's an honor to be called Ella. It's an honor.
I just looked.
Oh, boy. I think it's C-A. Well, I'm saying it in English, aren't I? C-A-F-E. I mean, is that right? I'm a terrible speller in any language, but I don't know.
P
Oh,
E-R-B-E.
G-I-D-E.
K-A-F-E.
Okay, yeah. Coffee. E-R-P-E. Coffee. And what does that mean?
Well, coffee that you drink.
Right. Very good. All
I have it in my head right now.
Okay.
Who else wants to make a word?
I'll try.
Can't see.
Okay, it's Angela.
Jula, C-U-L-V.
Angela.
B-U-L-V. Jula. Uh-huh.
And
Very
it's a
good.
fox.
Fox. All right. Did everybody get that? Jula. Fox.
Jula.
All right. Who else wants to jump in there?
I'll try.
It's Jane.
Flush flow.
And what is Fluffo?
Fish.
Fish. All right. Very good. That sounds good for lunch. Fluffo.
Anyone else want to take a word?
I'll try. Nogose.
And how would we spell that?
Oh, wait a minute. I came in late, so I see that we're supposed to be using 3 letters. Never mind.
That's okay.
Did you want to try a different word?
Come back to me and I will have a word.
Okay. All right. Someone else want to go? To make a word out of these 2-letter sounds.
Okay.
I have one, Mahaya. Jotty. And that means red.
Yeah. I see we're getting some questions in the box.
Oh, chat box.
Yeah.
My mic is having issues. No mic. Woody. Very good, Anita. All right. That's okay. If you don't have a mic, that's fine.
This is Ella.
Anybody else? Okay, Ella.
Is your name Jordan? Jordan?
Yeah.
Is that your name?
Yeah, Jordan.
Oh, okay, okay. I thought I heard Joyce and then I heard Jordan and whatever. Anyway.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's Jordan.
You know, we named this hour, so her mom named it as the J&J hour. Judy and Jordan hour.
I'll do one. Zoga. And then, of course, I can add Mahaya. Zoga, Mahaya, Doyas. Doyas.
Yeah. What was at the end? I'm sorry, Ella. Joga, Mahaya.
Yoga, Mahaya, Doyas.
Is that right? Oh, yes.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, that's why. Okay. All right. Very good, Miss Ella. Very good. Does anybody else want to make a word?
Okay, I'm going to try again. This is Pam.
Okay. All right.
How, Kofa? Kofa? I'm trying to
would you
say
spell
rabbit. I'm trying to say rabbit.
Chuppy.
Chuppy. Oh, I'm way off. Okay, chuppy.
That's okay. That's okay. Chuppy. Yes, that's rabbit. All right. Okay. Well, Scopa's got one.
Woolsey.
Ballsy. What is the ballsy? Cat. Very good. All right. we appreciate all of y'all's participation. To me, it really helps me too, because we're not here thinking that we know it all. We're learning from you guys also. So we appreciate that. Does anybody else have a word they want to make? If not, we'll go on to another exercise.
I can go.
Okay.
My name's Luciana,
Oh,
and I'm gonna Oshki, rain.
all right. Find where my cursor is. Okay. All right, Olski, very good. That's something that we really need a lot of, don't we? Okay, does anybody else want to go?
This is Haga. I can give it a shot.
Okay, all right.
Leggy for Legaba.
For Legida, which means,
To sit.
all right. Oh, good, very good, very, very good. Okay. Anybody else? Okay, I think we'll move on past this. So when she's recording this, so once she sends that out, you'll be able to come up and you'll be able to see the word that you created. And so that's some things that you'll have in your safekeeping on this recording. So, okay, so we're going to I'm going to just get this out of the way for a minute, Jordan.
Okay.
So this exercise, I misspelled exercise.
I just seen that too.
Okay, so this is where I'm letting Jordan take the lead here, and she's going to go over these sentences. She took the words from Mahia Barnett's classes, so the occupations that she's presented to y'all. So I know that y'all went over policeman, a nurse, a lawyer. So let's just have some fun with these sentences. And we had a couple of fluent speakers take a look at these, and to ensure that we tried to get them in the right context and the right translation. So, but if y'all see anything in here that you might have questions about, feel free to jump in, and we can certainly take it to higher authority to Mvskoke. So. Okay, so go ahead, Jordan.
Okay, so exercise number 2, making sentences. All right, the first one is going to be Istiwanaya. That is a policeman. And then Miss Judy took it upon herself to add the little breakdown of the word for you guys. Istiwanaya. Okay, so Isti is person, and then Wanaya is to tie up. So how would we say the policeman is tall? We would say Istiwanaya Mahiros. Okay. How would we say, is the policeman happy? Istiwanaya Afachkiroa. And then how would we say the policeman is strong? Istiwanaya Yikchiros. Okay, so does anyone have any questions about the number 1? And did anyone want to try to say any other words? Okay, how do you say police officer? It's Istiwanai.
I think police officer, policeman.
Yeah, it's just a person. So
Yeah.
officers is probably.
Okay, so it'd be the same word.
So
I have
in
a
the chat.
question.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, I'm sorry. I was wondering about the key, the K. Sometimes I hear like a G or the key. When do you know when to use those?
Okay,
Yeah.
Like Muskogee?
Here's the key in some and a key in some.
And some in a, like a G?
so in my experience with the K, you'll hear the K pronounced a lot more with double Ks. So you got a sentence coming up, the Mvskoke, Afasta. That K is pronounced more with that first K, and then the second K will be a G. So when the K is by itself, normally it's a G, but if there's another consonant with it, it's the K, Afashki. Does that make sense? Did I explain that?
Yeah, and like here where it says SD Wanaya, is that Yitch G? Dos?
Yik, yik, yik,
Yik, yik, yik dos.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you.
That's something that I didn't realize either. When you hear it, you know, when it's a standalone by itself, it's more of the K sound. That's something I didn't know.
Okay.
But it's not always the case.
Oh, no.
That's the rule to follow.
That was a good question, Angela. It helped me as well. Yeah.
Mado.
Mhm.
Is there any other questions? Does anyone want to try to say one of these sentences before we move on?
You need to see who's in so you can make a call.
Okay.
I'll say the first one.
Okay, go right ahead, Paul.
The policeman is tall. Isti Wanaya Mahidos.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Very good. Very good.
Okay. All right. Is anyone else, or do I call somebody? Yeah.
I'll do
Rosalind,
one.
you want to do one?
Oh, go ahead.
Amy? Go ahead, Amy.
I don't want to jump ahead.
You're okay.
Isti Wanaya Afachkitoa.
There you go. Very good.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah, you can go on.
Okay. I'll go ahead and do number 2. And if you guys have questions, we can come back to it. Okay. So in Mvskoke, Afasta. And so that's a nurse. I believe the Inuk part is referring to like sick, and then the Olgi is like a group, and then a Fasta is a caretaker. So how would we say I want a nurse? We would say Inuk Gogi Afasta Jayachtos. How would we say my mom was a nurse? We would say Jechki Inuk Gogi Afasta Duimat. How would we say call a nurse? Inuk Gogi Afasta Mawikas. That one, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Does anyone want to try these sentences? Anyone have any questions? We got our fluent speaker, Carolyn McNack, in here. Yeah. So anyone need a question? Want to say it? I can pick somebody.
Jordan, this is Judy. I had a question earlier when we were kind of going through this lesson, and maybe the fluent speakers here with us can help figure out where the emphasis needs to be, because, you know, in a normal conversation, you're not going to say call a nurse.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if it's an emergency, you're going to say call a nurse, you know, so where would the emphasis be? My guess is mahuikas, what I say, Mvskoke, Apasta, Mahuikas. Where's the emphasis go? That's my question.
This one an emergency. That's how. So someone probably will say, Lavitsit, Ilishaya Mahuikas. They call it Mvskoke.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I agree with Carolyn. Mine would be Mvskoke stay. Like I wouldn't even say
The nurse.
because you're in emergency, you need to call them. So you know that. Call them, you know.
So that's what you said in Muskogee is just say call them. You wouldn't say specifically call who, right? Oh, okay. Did y'all hear that explanation from our speakers about where the emphasis would be on call a nurse? Maybe everybody understands it and I was the only one that didn't know where to put the emphasis. That's okay. That's fine.
Jordan.
Ella got a question.
Yeah.
This is Ella. And
Uh-huh.
I'm taking this class because I'm trying to learn how to read it. Even though I am fluent, I can't read or write. And that's what I like to learn. And so, but this one, I would, if I were wanting to call a nurse, I'd say, Inokalgia vastan, Inhuikas. Putting the N-E-N in front of it.
Oh, okay.
Uh-huh.
So by us putting
Something like
ma,
that.
we're saying that. By saying ma, what are we saying? This or that? That.
On Inhuikas.
Okay. Because we never know if we're going to be in that situation, and I'd certainly, you know, we were going to use the language, but like where to.
But I'm not trying to say that, you know, mine is right or anything like that. It's just the way that I had learned it as a child, you know.
Right.
So anytime that we wanted to, you know, call somebody, we would say, Inhuikas.
Weakest. Okay. All right. Mado for that, Miss Ella.
If it's like an emergency like that, you would say Lavitsit. When you say Lavitsit, you need fast
Jordan,
now.
Yeah.
Say Lavitsit.
how would you say I am a nurse?
We had that.
We asked Mvskoke this question earlier. And I think it was the nurse and then the boy, wasn't it?
Boy? Yes. Oh, that's right.
So Mvskoke says you would say Inokalgi Afasta Doy. Yeah.
Well, Carolyn's gonna say that.
Yeah. I was hearing you and I heard there should be something different.
Carolyn, from outside, like, oh, yes.
Inokalgi Afasta Doys.
Yeah, you can say does, doe.
Doy or Doys. When you say Doys, you'll have the I in there, T-O-W-I-S, Doys.
Oh, okay. Did y'all hear that?
No.
Or just like Doy, like you said, D-O-T-O-W-E, Doy.
Mike can write it in the chat.
But it's not different. You can say a little bit different.
Okay, we're writing it in the chat for you guys.
I am a nurse, so that would be okay.
What do you say?
Right, like that. T-O-W-I.
I thought I would say, you can say it with the S at the end.
I or with T-O-W-I. T-O-W-I-S.
That would
Either
be,
way. Y'all see that in the chat?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. There it is.
I'm a nurse. Inokalgi Afasta Doy or Does. That's how you would say I am a nurse.
Mado.
Uh-huh. Nga.
Anyone have any other questions? anyone want to try to say one of the sentences?
Is this going to be available online?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Mado.
Okay. So,
Go ahead and go to lawyer.
okay, so we're gonna go ahead and move on to number 3. That's a hagahaya. That's a lawyer. A haga is law and haya is maker. Okay, so how would you say I really need a lawyer? You would say a hagahaya jayach G. Jayach G. And so how would you say that lawyer is hot?
Oh.
You,
And that wasn't my sentence, ladies.
okay. You would say a hagahaya simanach pozidos. And that's referring to like he's handsome. Okay, so
X-rated.
You get a bigger viewing. A lot of people want to speak Mvskoke then. I'll behave. Turn my mic off.
How do you say cougar?
Cougar. Mvskoke probably knows that. How would you say cougar? There ain't one in there. Okay.
Jordan, may I say this one?
yeah.
Ahagahaya. Hayidos.
Oh. Yeah. That's what we thought at first. Yeah. Yeah, that's what we thought.
This is on that hot. Hayidos.
Okay.
All right, so how would you say this lawyer works in town? You would say a hagahaya yatolova odoskeros. So does anyone have any questions or want to try one of these sentences?
What town does the lawyer work? I'll say one.
Okay.
Okay, I really need a lawyer. Ahagahaya chayach chi. Really need a lawyer.
Yep. Okay.
There's a hot one in that one too.
Anyone else want to try any of these sentences that we went over before we move on to the next section? Any questions about any of them? Okay.
You ready to move on?
Yeah, so we're going to move on to the exercise 3.
Okay, so we come up with a few of I am sentences. Some of them are very short and some of them have a couple of words to combine to make a sentence. So for number 1, I am going to sleep tonight. Nithi no Johannes. Nithi no Johannes. I am hungry. Number 2, Jalois. So if somebody calls you on the phone and says, hey, Amy, what are you doing? Well, if you're not doing anything, what's your situation? How are you? You want to tell them I'm hungry, you'd say, Jalois. Jalois, I'm hungry. Okay. Number 3, I'm working. So here in the office, we had a lady come through yesterday wanting some papers signed, and she said, how would you say the word I'm working? So we have that here, and so somebody asked you, hey, what are you doing? I'm working. Dort guess. See how it's split up on the right-hand side? You got dort guess. To me, that helps me when I'm trying to pronounce a word to have it split up like that. So we wanted to provide that to you all, and hopefully it does you some good. So number 4, I am listening. Mabuhages. So if Mahaya gets on Tuesday and she says, Amy, what are you doing? Well, Mabuhages, I'm listening. That would be a good response for Mahaya. So number 5, you're out and about looking for groceries. Somebody calls you. If you want to tell them, hey, I'm shopping, you're saying, knock, knee says, I'm shopping. Okay. Walking, yagabes. If you're studying, Jordan, I know, does a lot of studying. She's pursuing her career. So if I were to call her and she's telling me she's studying, she'd say, Joga agidijes. Joga agidijes. So does anybody want to go through those and say some of those? Because we've got a little exercise after this. So we've got some pictures that we're going to ask what this references, and I would like to hear your response in the language if you can. If not, we can help you. We've got our own cheat sheet here. So does anybody want to? Rosalind, do you have a mic? Would you like to say number 3?
Am I on?
Oh, I think your mic is off now.
Okay, now can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Number 3, I don't guess.
Oh, very good. You're working. Okay. Amy, do you want to try number 6?
Yagabes.
Yes, yep, yagabes. That's very good. Very good. Okay. Let's see. Angela, do you have your microphone on? Can you say number 5?
Number 5, I am shopping.
Yes.
Not nieces.
Not nieces. That's very good. Very good.
Oh.
Jordan, you can call on some people.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna call on some of you from this list.
Josh is.
He said he didn't have a mic. Haga, are you still on with us?
Yes.
Okay. Do you want to say number 7?
Choga Agila Chase.
Okay. Hey, that was good. What about Becky Bean? Do you want to try one?
Sure.
Okay.
Which one?
Let's see. You can try number 2.
Chalobes.
Oh, it's very good. Very good.
Okay.
This is
Donna Bell, do you have a mic? No mic. What about Darren Cox? Do you have a mic?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Do you want to say number 6 for us?
Number 6, Yagabes.
very good. Very good.
Okay.
This
What about?
Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, there's Donna.
Sorry.
It's okay. Do you want to pick any of those and say them?
Number 5, you said?
Yeah, you can say 5.
Naknises.
Very good.
That's good.
Very good.
Okay, should we do the pictures?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna move on to these pictures here, and the sentences that we just went over are gonna help you for these pictures. So, okay, so Miss Judy's going to circle one, and we're gonna call on somebody to,
Tell us what that picture represents.
yeah.
Pick a person and I'll circle for you.
Okay. Cassandra.
Yes.
Can you explain this picture with one of the sentences that we just used?
Okay, let me see. Let me go back to the sentences we just used because I lost internet connection real quick. I know what he's doing. Home base, he's eating home, but let me see. Did you have sentences for that?
Yeah, I think we're scrolling back up.
Oh, okay, so I guess what you're looking for is the Choluis. He's hungry.
Yeah, very good. Very
That's
good.
good.
Okay, let me see. Get out of it.
Okay, and you would
Undo.
yeah.
Okay, so pick a person and I will.
Okay. Haga, are you still on?
Yes.
Okay, can you tell us what this person's doing by using the sentences we just learned?
Georgia. Can you scroll back up to where I can see the sentences?
Yeah.
There you are.
Okay. Neither nor Johannes.
Very good.
That's good.
Very good. Wow, y'all are doing wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay, let me undo that one and let's go. Oh, I need to close out of it, so go down. Okay, so this is me today. Take. Okay. Get off the chat. Okay.
Okay, so Angela, are you still on?
Yes.
Okay, can you tell us what this person's doing? What Miss Judy's doing?
That looks like me today, y'all.
Looks like me right now. He's working. Now I took a picture of the sentences. Let me see.
Good job. That's good thinking.
Adult case.
Mm-hmm.
I'm working. Okay.
Very good. Okay, find your
In
person.
both of it are dorky-dos.
I'm scared to leave off of this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do this one.
Okay.
Mahaya, could you scroll up so I can take a picture too?
Sure. That work? You get your pictures?
Mano.
All right. So let's see here. Okay. Draw. Okay, so pick a person. Got this one ready.
Okay. Rosalind, are you on?
Yes.
Okay, can you tell us what this picture is by the sentences we just used?
Okay. Chogo agi DJs.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
She's studying. Yes, yes, very good. Well, we've got 9 minutes left. Does anybody want to jump in and say, I want to do one?
I have a question,
Okay.
Rosalind.
Okay.
On that one sentence that says, I am shopping, why do you use knock?
Because it's
Why do you
looking
use
for
that?
something, right? The way Becky explained it to me yesterday is not means thing, something, yeah. Looking for things is the way it
Oh.
was explained. Do you need to elaborate on it a little bit?
Yeah, I guess so. So nisida means to buy. When you say nise, you're saying you're buying. So when you put in that knock, that means a thing. So if you say knock nise, you're saying you're buying a thing, which loosely translates to shopping. So that's why
Okay.
you use it. Because otherwise you can say something like tostage nise, like I'm buying eggs. But if you just say knock nise, you're shopping, you're buying a thing.
Mado,
Uh-huh. If you want to pick a person, I got that one.
Okay.
Love your background picture.
Huh?
Love your background picture.
Catching a wave, surfing, baby. How do you say I am surfing?
Surf. Across the water.
We don't think there's a word for surfing.
It's okay.
Okay,
Thank you, though, Mado.
Pam, are you still on? Pamela.
Yes.
Do you want to tell us what this picture is from the sentences we just
No. Do I need to go back up?
we can scroll up if needed.
Walking, are we on the walking one?
Yes.
Okay, scroll up, please.
Okay. Let me wait. I'm still trying to learn to do this. Okay. Walking. There's walking.
Yeah, cuppies.
Garbage.
Yeah,
Garbage.
Garbage.
Yeah. Yeah. Very good. Okay, so we have about 6 minutes left, but we would like to just get your thoughts on how we could improve if we, heaven forbid, get asked to teach again. Is there any way that we could help improve? What are your thoughts on what was presented here today? Are the pictures and the breakdowns, are they helpful? Are they not helpful? Or
I think they're helpful. I was wondering, do you all put the lessons on after we have the class? I'm having trouble finding our lessons in the shared file.
Yeah, I usually attach it with the when you go to our YouTube page, Mvskoke to look at these recordings, and the little description, I always tag both Mahaya Becky's level 1 language lessons and level 2.
So it's on the YouTube.
Yeah, it's when you look at the videos, it's always going to be in the description box. This one here, yeah, we haven't added it yet, but I can get it. You guys can have access to this.
Okay. I was just checking because I thought if they were on there before, I can kind of go over it before the class starts, but that's fine.
Mado, I think it's very good to have the interactive. Even if I make a fool of myself, it's okay.
Yeah, yeah, it's good.
Mahaya.
Yes.
Jordan.
Yeah.
Since I'm just learning to read, sometimes when you have the sentences, when you're saying them, you know, like Estiwenaya mahi dos. When you say that, you know, you would read a little bit slower because I'm trying to read all of the new letters I'm learning. So, so when you say that, like Wanaya Mahi Dos. And I mean, you don't have to read it that slow, but read it a little bit slower, because sometimes I've been hearing where people comment that when they take a lesson or something like that, the teachers are talking too fast.
Oh, okay.
So if that would help, you know, and from years of teaching kindergarten and first grade, I've just learned to read slower.
Okay.
And
All right.
so I thought that would be helpful. I mean, it is for me anyway, to read it. It's que wanaya mahi dos.
Okay, yeah, that's important for us to know, because you know we want to accommodate to you guys. However you learn, we want to try to make sure we hit those expectations so you guys can learn easier with this. But that's good to know. Thank you for your comment, Ella. Mado.
I enjoyed it, y'all. It was great. It was very well done. I love the visual and the pictures, and I could tell you did a lot of work on it. So thank you. I thought you did great.
Yeah, I like that it's broken down and everything. That really helps.
All right. Well, we appreciate your feedback, and we appreciate you all being a part of this language Zoom class. And I think she has one more week to fulfill the 6 weeks next, and then come back together on the 18th. So, but be looking forward to her classes next week, and we appreciate you all being here. And take care of yourselves, and we'll see you again. Madam Judy.
Mado.
Mado.
Please.
This.